Get all your Star Wars figs and more at the eBay store Bounty Hunters Guild. Links in the description, check them out. What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo here, back again, and I got another action figure review. Of course, here we have the Hasbro Star Wars, the Black Series 50th anniversary of Lucasfilms, and of course we have the Jawa, and this is the Kenner-inspired Jawa by, they're doing that whole original trilogy, and so I love this card back, man. Really beautiful card back. I love the the original card back of the Jawa. It's just a gorgeous piece, man. Here we got Jawa. Like I said in my previous video, I'll put a link up there if you want to watch the Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi review, but it's kind of interesting that they didn't give him a vinyl cape and they went with the vinyl cape for Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi. But of course, he never came with the cloth cape, and so they probably just was gonna do that for Obi-Wan Kenobi. It doesn't look too bad. I was on the fence on him when I saw the pictures, but overall it's pretty cool looking. And here we got Jawa. Pretty big figure, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's a huge looking Jawa there, but as you can see, he does have the cloth cape there. He's got his bandolier over that cape, the cloth cape, excuse me, which is kind of interesting because in the Kenner style it's underneath, and then of course the cape is just all over, so a little changes there. And then of course he's got his blaster there. Really cool. And of course, like I said, man, this is part of the 50th anniversary or celebration of Lucasfilms, the 50 years of Lucasfilms. And like I said, they're going to be doing this original trilogy release. I don't know how far are they going to go into the figures. Are they going to do all 96, or are they just going to pick a handful? So it'll be kind of interesting to see. But you got another screenshot right there, absolutely gorgeous. So cardback's really beautiful, man. And like I said in my previous videos, that of course these are Amazon exclusives, and I gotta give a shout out to these guys, man, because they actually shipped it in a originally it came in a Hasbro shipping box, and then they put this into another box. So really interesting. And like I was saying in my previous video, if I wanted to get this graded, I would have just left it in the box, shipped it over to AFA, and it would have received a U grade, uncirculated grade, because it's still in the original Hasbro shipping box. So that's pretty cool. I wonder who it's kind of interesting who made that call. I don't know if that was on Hasbro, saying, hey, leave them in this box, or was it on Amazon not to take them out of the box and ship them, because they all do have a certain code right here for the different figures right there. That code pertains to each figure. So there he is, man. Jawa, really interesting. This is going to look really good with my Tusken Raider that I got from the Archive, Black Series line. So really awesome. So let me take this guy out of the packaging, and so we could take a closer look at this awesome action figure. Alright, guys, so there he is, man. Jawa out of the package, man. Love this character. So very interesting figure here. As you can see, it's a little bit different from the Kenner style, because your bandolier is usually underneath the fabric cape here. And so here we got the cape. It needs to be cleaned up with all these threads coming out and everything like that, but usually that's how it is. But really nice. He does have a small hood, very cool. He's got his bandolier right there, really nicely painted. And then of course on the back here he does have a holster, and this blaster is actually attached to the actual back right here. So you do have like this plastic wire here, so definitely I would be careful, because this is plastic, right? So you don't want to break it or anything like that. Now to actually, so I was checking this out, right, and I don't see a way to actually take this harness out. The connection seems to be right here, as you can see. Let me bring it up to you, but as you can see, it's connected by here, but the problem is they actually glued it, so there's no it's not pegged in or anything like that. So if you wanted to, I guess you would have to undo it there by removing or breaking that bond with the glue. So that is one thing. But underneath the cape here, it is split. This is so much string here. It is split right here down the center, as you can see. If I move his cape, saying it's not stitched right here. Like I said, he does have a small hood, and then of course underneath he has the actual mold of the hood. So it's kind of like he's got the two types of you know, hoods, right? He's got the fabric, and then he's got the mold one underneath, and the same thing all the way around right here. Now here, this is pretty interesting. You do get a small slit right here for his foot, and then of course here it seems like it's draped over, so the molding is pretty interesting. I kind of like it. It's pretty nice, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's a Jawa, right? Like, he's not gonna do any crazy dynamic moves, right? They're just, you know, they're just little Jawas. So the bottom here of the mold is pretty nicely done, so it kind of like drapes over, or drapes kind of like on the floor there, but let me put it back. So it kind of drapes, but it's not really too long, so the actual foot is what's actually making the, you know, the figure balance or flat, so it works really nice. And then of course you have this the fabric here to kind of dress it up or cover that if you wanted to, so it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a dual layer there. For the articulation on the legs, a little bit you know, tricky. He does have a knee rotation, and of course he has a knee joint, but I don't see how well that's going to come into play, because as you can see, his movement is going to be kind of hindered because you only have a couple of slits and they're very small. And then of course at the foot he does have a nice you know, joint there, and then he has that you know, that foot tilt there, so that's gonna be pretty good. And of course he's got the two peg holes at the bottom of the foot, so pretty nice. Like I said, holding his blaster is one thing though. I'm not a big fan of it. Just let me just show you. So getting it into the holsters, you know, you gotta play around with it if you know, if you do pick up one of these, because the muzzle is a little bit big, so when you are sliding it, you just gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying. And so it's just a tight little fit there, and so once you get it out, as you can see right here, so this is the hand right here that pretty much he has his trigger finger, right? The problem is like it doesn't have like a pistol grip, you know what I'm saying? So it is a little like, for me, man, I'm not very good having him hold his accessories, so it is a little tricky. And then of course the little cable doesn't make it easier, but he could do it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, don't try to, I don't think you're gonna be able to get any crazy poses, you know what I'm saying, especially not like in the car back or anything like that. But like I said, like if he's missing that pistol grip, if he would have had one, I think it would have been a lot easier to actually you know, put that pistol grip into the hands, and then, you know, move his trigger finger into the trigger well. But there he is, man. So like I said, you could probably, you know, it's long enough to actually shift it over to the other side here, but he doesn't have a trigger finger, so it's pretty much like he's gonna hold it like this, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like it just having it holster. It's just, to me, it looks a little odd actually having him hold it. It doesn't really fit that well. As you can see, you do have to be careful because the muzzle is a little bit bigger than the actual you know, holster here, but once you get it in, it fits pretty nice, and then you just have that little bit of you know, slack there with the cable there. But overall, it's not too bad of a figure. Like our the articulation here, he does have those huge Pac-Man eyes. That's sort of pretty neat. He does have a nice rotation there. You know, the hood, there's enough slack on the hood that's not going to hinder your movement. Moving up and down, he's not going to look up or he's not going to look down, so you pretty much just have a side-to-side swivel. He does have a small ball joint that I could feel right there on the shoulders. The sleeves are big enough, so that's not going to hinder it. You do have one elbow joint that's only going to go up to 90 degree right there, and then of course he does have a nice little rotation there at the elbow, and then at the hands or at the wrist he does have a nice little rotation there, and then of course he has that nice you know, hand or wrist tilt there, so that's going to be pretty good. Waist rotation, none. There's a little bit. There actually, yeah. So up here, as you can see, there is a joint there, so you are going to get some you know, rotation there. Arching his back, maybe not so much. Bending down a little bit, you do get some, but not too much. And then, like I already talked about the legs, it's a little bit tricky because that you know, the fabric right there and those tiny little slits. But overall, I mean, I think I you know, displaying him just like this without the blaster in his hand, I think that's pretty much my preference on how I'm gonna do it. It looks really awesome, and like I said, man, I really want to display this guy next to my Tusken Raider. So overall, not too bad. You know, I wish there was a way, or like a peg to remove the bandolier. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some people don't want to have it on. You know what I'm saying? It would have been nice instead of having it glued. And like I said, if the blaster was a little bit different with a different mold to fit onto the hand, it would have been really nice. But overall, it's not too bad. I mean, it looks a little, you know, what I was gonna say, you know, it looks a little cheap, I would say, right? Like it looks a little cheap because I got all these strings, but I definitely want to clean that up, and that's just how it is, man, because they don't there's no stitching on the sides or at the end or anything. It's like, it's not hemmed, you know what I'm saying? But if it was, then it would have been really nice. But overall, there it is, man, the little Jawa, really cool. I'm gonna clean it up, but overall it looks pretty damn good. Like I said, the blaster, wish they would have done something. I feel like hopefully this is not a continuation of like the accessories with this original trilogy black series, so I hope they you know, I hope they're not all like this. But the Jawa's really cool, man. I really love this guy. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, thank you for the support, and I will definitely talk to you guys in the next video.